You said you was the roughest, toughest bad boy out of Belfast. When can we see you back in the ring?
ASAP.
What is your favorite Jamaican dish?
Come on, give it to us. I'm KD.
And I'm Sham. And together we are Boxing and Bantz. We are joined by the highly talented cruiserweight boxer, Tommy McCarthy. Tommy, welcome.
Thanks for having me, girls.
It's a pleasure. So, Tommy, just tell us a bit about where you train and how's training going?
Well, I'm in Pete Taylor's camp, Katie Taylor's father. I am from Belfast, but I train here in Dublin. So at the minute, I'm in training camp and everything's going well.
Nice to hear.
And congrats on your win last year against Bilal Laggoune, where you won the European Cruiserweight title. Really great win. What were your observations watching the fight back? Did you have any thoughts on your performance or?
Yeah, obviously when you win, everyone's just is all like it's all glory and there's no autopsy after the performance. But me and Pete sat down and went through the mistakes that I was making, and it was a good performance and it was a solid performance. I'll probably give it maybe 8 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. But I went into that fight with a broken hand, so it showed that my skills actually were enough to get through it, because Bilal is a very formidable opponent. He'd only had one loss and he was number 7 in the world at the time. So I was happy to come away with a win, but there's plenty to build on.
So you went in with a broken hand.
Wow.
That is crazy.
I don't know.
And how's your hand now?
It's fine now, yeah. It was good that I had that fight at the end of the year, and then everything was kind of wrapped up. So I had good time to let it heal and stuff. So it's all good now.
Okay. So there was a few comments from Johnny Nelson after your fight with Bilal. He said he thought that you were being lazy when you started, and also he said that he thinks that this is your ceiling because of your slow start. And he also added that, please prove me wrong. What do you make of these comments?
Boxing is such a subjective sport, and Johnny Nelson is somebody who has earned the right to critique boxers. There's a lot of people in boxing who are watching people and give negative feedback, but they haven't earned the right and not in a position to do so. So Johnny's someone who's paid his dues and was a world champion in it, but I disagree with what he said. Like I said, there's so much more for me to come, and I don't have nothing to prove to Johnny. Like, I don't know Johnny. He's no factor in my life. So what I have to prove anything to a stranger for? So it's like I don't know Johnny nothing. But next time, like when I fought before, a few years ago, Johnny was a pundit and he said that we found a new star in the cruiserweight division. And then when I pick up a major title, he's like, oh no, I think he's reached the ceiling. So listen, we'll see what happens. We'll see what he says after the next fight, but none of it doesn't concern me too much. You can't please everyone.
No, and that's the truth. Let's see. I mean, his comments are on your next fight, but I don't think that you've hit the ceiling at all.
Yeah,
he might be a little bit more critical because he was a cruiserweight boxer himself, so maybe he's trying to kind of look at you as a next, up and coming person in the weight class that you were in.
And his mind is like still in competition with cruiserweights. Like his body's retired, but in his mind he hasn't, because even after that he came on a podcast with some guys here in Belfast, I don't know, and he was still talking madness. So I think he's just, ex-fighters, they just still always think that they're the best. So I don't pay too much attention to it anyway.
And you seem like you've got a bit of a relationship with, you know, Mr. Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, and also Tony Bellew. How do you know those guys, and you know, what's your relationship like with them?
Well, Tony brought me in the spar with him before the first David Hay fight.
Okay.
So I was the #1 sparring partner for the whole camp, and we just clicked from day one. And before I went, one of my friends said to me, you know, be careful with Tony because, you know, he's a dangerous lady. So when I got there, I said that to him. My friend said, you're a dangerous lady. And he loved that line because Tony, a lot of people don't realize Tony's mixed race. His mommy's black. And so we just had a lot in common. And we had great spars. We gave him great work. And then my manager has such a great working relationship with Eddie Hearn, my manager, Mark Dunlap. So anytime I've met Eddie, like we just kind of hit it off because I'm like not trying to be anything I'm not, or you know, being crazy around him or anything. Just talk to him like a normal person. So I think he appreciates it and he gives me opportunity. So I appreciate him.
The first year of your career, your wins were mainly on KOs and on decisions. Sorry. Do you think it's because you was gaining more experience?
Well, at the start of your career, you know, I was a top class amateur, so I've been operating at the world level as an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
And when I turned over, I was ranked #9 in the world at 91 kilos. So when I came into the pros, I was fighting guys who just weren't on the same level. So my thought process was, look, I'm not going 4 rounds or 6 rounds with these guys. No way. And my plan was, because my original manager said, right, we'll get you to 10-0. We're going to handpick the opponents and we won't take any risks unless it's worth the money. So in my mind, I was like, I'm going to go 10-0 with 10 knockouts because these guys just aren't on the same level as me. But after the first 5 or 6, my manager said, you know what, we're going to up the opposition. So then I went in the championship rounds and more high class experienced guys. So that's why I started getting decisions in, because it wasn't just it became like a real boxing in. It wasn't like I'm just going in and blowing these journeymen out of the water.
Tommy, you know, the cruiserweight division is heating up, as you probably gathered. So who have you got your sights on next? Who would you like to fight next?
Really, I want to fight for the world title next. So I'm ranked highly. I'm ranked in the top 10 with the WBC, IBF, and WBA. Mm-hmm. So I would like to fight any of those champions, but I would love Alinga Makubu, who's WBC champion. Mm-hmm. I think that fight is probably the most likely that could happen, because I think the new rankings that came out, I was 7th with the WBC. Mm-hmm. Or I want Maris Breedis. He's the top dog, IBF champion. Yeah. And that's who I would really want, because he's the head honcho right now, and I beat him. There'll be no dispute that I'm the best cruiserweight in the world.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Fingers crossed.
Tommy, you said you was the roughest, toughest bad boy out of Belfast. When can we see you back in the ring?
ASAP. Hopefully, that's why I'm getting ready right now, because with this year, with COVID and all that, people are feeling tested. And, at the end of last year, a colleague's opponent failed his COVID test for the world title. So they were scrambling to try and get someone to step in. If my hand hadn't been broke, I would have been in. You know what I mean? So I want to get ready, because these opportunities are going to come up a lot this year. So, like I said, as soon as possible, I'll be ready to go. Like I sparred 8 rounds today. Like it was nothing. So I'm ready for whenever.
We're ready too.
You're half Irish, half Jamaican. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so final, very, very important question for you. What is your favorite Jamaican dish?
Come on, give it to us. We want to know.
Do you know, I would say, the most regular dish, obviously, I would have still and growing up was always rice and peas and chicken. But I think curry goat maybe because it don't get as regular, and if it's cooked like proper, it's hard to beat. I like fish as well for efforts. Now I'll say curry goat. Yeah.
That's my favorite answer.
That's my favorite. I love curry goat and rice and peas.
Yeah, can't beat it.
As long as it's cooked great, then we're all good. We can.
Yeah, it depends who's cooking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody's granny is the best cook on it. Like, I would say nobody could cook like my granny. Everyone says that with their own grannies.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, Tommy, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck in your career and your future fights. We will be watching you. Just tell the people where to find you on social media, and also big up your sponsors.
Yeah, my social medias, just Twitter and Instagram, both the same, Tommy Mac 90. And yeah, big up my sponsor, Peak Physique. That's my day one sponsor from my first term pro, Northern Property, Core. Yeah, it's Lux. Lux is on my back. SP supplied these tops. Yeah, I can't even remember because I usually have it on my t-shirt. But everyone who supports me, just pick up all them, and anybody who wants to come on board the team, just send me a message on the DMs, and we can work together because all the help is appreciated.
Yeah,
brilliant. Tommy, it's been a lovely interview. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
Don't forget, guys, we are Arcadian Sham at Boxing and Bantz, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.